Hello, YouTube. Happy February. This is my January 2015 end of month pickups video. So let's start off by talking about where silver ended in December, the end of the year. It ended at $15.76, and starting this month, January 29th, on Friday, the end was $17.26, and for the first time in a while, up $1.50 from 12/31/14. Everybody's happy that silver's up. They're saying it's in an uptrend. To me, it doesn't really matter one way or the other. Just keep accumulating and leave it at that. That makes me happy. Long story short, I am going to just recap a couple of my things. I made a video a couple of weeks ago, and it was in regards to my 2015 stacking goals. So just to sum it up real quick, if you didn't see it, my goals are pretty simplistic. 1 ounce of silver a day to make 365 ounces for the year. Pretty straightforward. I think I could do it. We'll see. I buy premium pieces also, and I'll get to that in a second. Secondly, I want to lower my cost basis, and excuse my mathematics scribbling here. Last year I ended at $24.80 per ounce on 572 ounces, so my goal is to lower that number. And lastly, I want to collect numismatic sets and prime pieces that I'm working on. So, different things. That includes slab pieces, that includes older pieces, things that I'm interested in that I'll go throughout the year coming with you, and as I attain them, I will share them with you. All right, that being said, let's deal with what I got this year, or this month, starting the year. First piece that I got was this, and it is a 10-ounce stacker bar. Now, I don't have a lot of bars in my stack, but I got this stacker bar, which is quite beautiful, and I have one already. And actually, last February I got one, and I paid $227.32 for it, so you can see how silver went down. And ultimately, the only reason that I actually got this bar was because a friend of mine was actually in trouble. And when I say in trouble, not like dire need trouble, but in a way, he had to pay a bill. And he said to me, he's like, can I borrow some money? I'm like, dude, I hate lending money out to people unless you're like family. I just had issues in the past with that. I'm never a fan of that. And I'm a pretty generous person, but I learned my lesson. And he's like, I have a bill that I have to pay, and I just don't have any cash. The holidays were just finishing and all that stuff. I'm like, well, I'll tell you what can I buy from you? Because I know he had some precious metals, and I knew that I was looking for them. So he's like, well, you know what? I have a silver bar. He's like, I'll tell you what. I paid $207.40 for it. He's like, give me that. So, you know what? Whether it's up or down, I don't know. I didn't really look to see how much the stacker bars are. I knew it was in the 200 range, give or take $10. I wasn't going to cry about it. I said, you know what, here. I wrote him a check for $207.40. And I said, you know what, I already have one of these. It's the second one in my stack. And so for $20.74 an ounce, I now have another stacker bar. And you know what? No harm, no foul. Lowers the cost of my stack. So my cost basis, as I was just saying with you. So that's where we are with that. So that's the first thing that I obtained. Second thing I obtained was another gift my dad gave me. It's a 2009. Let me lift this up for you so you can see. It's an 2009 Canada, Vancouver 2010 Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and it was one of the first 200,000 struck. I don't know the mintage on it, but I'll tell you what, it's a pretty cool looking coin, and it was free, and it's a graded piece, MS69, so that's cool for me. But it's another ounce of silver to my stack, and pretty nice. I cannot complain. I really like it, and didn't cost me 1 red cent. That's what I love best. Next, I got a 2006 and a 2007 United States Mint 50 state quarter silver proof set. And I got these for $21.24 each. And by the way, these two are different because this was a gift and this I bought from a friend. But starting now, everything else I bought probably online. So when I say numbers, in case it's the first time you're watching my video, understand that everything that I tell you is shipped. So I got an 06 and an 07 silver proof set. And I got them for $21.24 each. And you know what? That's a pretty good deal shipped. So I bought them from the same seller. I bought these on eBay. And they look very, very nice. And I am happy. And I have a set of these. I forget the year, but I got a set last year. So these are my second and my third sets. So, that is my next pickup. So I'm just going to count these for about an ounce, even though they're just under an ounce. I'm just going to say this is 1 ounce, this is 2 ounces, all right? So, I paid for a set $21.24 each, and it's basically 2 ounces of silver, just give or take, because it's 5 coins. So that's cool. Next, I got a 1994. I'm obtaining the colorized versions of the Silver Eagles, and I'm collecting regular Silver Eagles, not as many, but I am collecting them as well. But I got a 1995, and the back is not colorized, just so you could see that. It is not colorized on the rear. So we got a 1995, we got a 1994, and I paid for the 1995 $23.50. For the $23.50 for the 1994, I paid $23.50, and then I got this, which was cool. This was the 1991, and of course the 1991 is on here, but it's actually the whole something that it actually came in, and it tells about the mintage for that year, 7.2 million, let's call it. It talks about the whole thing. And I've seen these online, but I got it for a good price. I needed a 1991, first of all. And you look on the back, it's just basic, and it just has this on the back. All the glitz is on the front, so to speak. But I got this for $25.50. So I thought that was a pretty good price for this. I needed it. I'm trying to get 2 colorized coins for each year of the run. So that is that. That is that. So those are those 3. Next, I got one very tarnished. Let's see if you can see this. Libertad. It is a 1987 Libertad, which incidentally is a very expensive date to get. They only made in the 1980s 1 year, which happens to be this year, 1987, and it is 500,000 is the mintage. So I got another one of these. I don't have too many of these. I think I only have like 4 or 5 of these so far. And I paid for this one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just looking at my chart of what I paid for stuff. $25.66 shipped. So, you know what? It's another one on my stack. And I put all of my Libertads in, not the normal Libertad holders. I bought these on eBay, and they sell them like 25 of them for like $10, which is pretty damn good. Or you can get like 7 of them, and it costs like $6. But I just bought 25 of them because I'm going for the entire run. So when I need more, I'll just buy more. But they hold the Libertad perfectly. So if you see these pink ones, put them in on eBay if you need them. That's what I got. So that's that. So that is that. And then finally, I got let's get a little organized here. I got 16 1984 Libertads. So there's a reason why I bought 16 of the 94 Libertads. And I paid cost average wise. I probably could have got it a little less, but you know what? I wanted to polish off one of my years of my Libertads, And if you haven't watched any of my videos in the past, and I know I get redundant saying this, I'm trying to get a run, the whole run from 1982 to present of Libertad's 20 per year to put in one of these tubes. And here's 1984. This is my 1984 Libertad tube, just so you could see. So I put all of them in here, and I have 4 of them in my safe, basically. So I'm going to add these 16 to it. And I paid $24.69 shipped per coin, which the mintage on this is only about 1 million, just a tad, 1.014 million. So it's a pretty good mintage. It's a low mintage for this year. But I paid $24.69 per coin shipped. So you factor in, I could have probably got them for $22, $23. I'm not that worried about it. Truthfully, that number's under my cost basis. So I am elated about that. So what I do, if you haven't seen my videos before, or this is your first time tuning in, I have a Mexican Libertad checklist. And what I do is every time you see an X on here, I got that year. So here's part of the reason. Last month, I finished off the 2009s. So that gave me 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. 15 doesn't come out to the end of the year, so I just put that on there just for the heck of it. So I have 8 through current 14. I have sporadic ones. I have 2004. I have 94s. I have 82, 83, 85, and 86, and it was bothering me to see that gap there. So today we get to cross off 1984. No more 1984. We are done. So I have 82, 83, 84, 85, 86. And now I just got to finish off the 80s. And this one, like I just said, I got one of the 1987s, and I just have little notations here of how many I have. And I actually have 2 of these sheets because I go and do 2 different locations when I make these videos. But again, just so you see, my goal is to get a roll of 20 per year. There's 34 years, and a tube of 20 would be 680 ounces by itself for every single one of them. So this is where I'm at. But I have 82 through 86 done. Now I just have to concentrate on a lot of these in here. And these have very low mintages, as I've talked about in the past. And these have very low mintages also, the 06 and 07. And 04, or 2014 actually, is mintage is pretty low also, relatively. It's the same as 94s, more or less. There was 400,000 in 94, and there's 429,000 in 2014. So that's pretty good. The 4s seem to be a wanted year in Libertads. This was 1 million. This one was 400,000. This one, I'm not sure. I think it was like 600, maybe, I don't know. I think like 800,000, and then 400,000, 429. So it's pretty good stuff. So anyway, that is where I am at with this. Lastly, let's talk about this. Okay, so that means let's recap my totals from 2014. In 2014, I spent $14,204.02. So obviously, I'm not adding anything. At the end of last year, I ended up with $14,204.02. My cost average was $24.82 per ounce based on 572 and change ounces. $24.82 per ounce. Okay. Next, let's go into January 2015. So, my cost, I spent $743 this month on 33 ounces. So, 743, 33 ounces. This is basically how I do it, which gave me a cost average per coin with shipping and handling of $22.52 per ounce. So, when you look at the total that I spent with the ounces, overall, with last year, I'm at $14,947 and change, which gives me 605 and change ounces, and that makes my cost average on everything that I have total 2470, which is definitely lower than 2482. And and I realize it's going to be incrementally lower unless I get like a whole bunch really cheap at one point. But like I said, my goal is to get, so I don't get crazy, 1 ounce a day. And that is where I am at, 1 ounce a day. I got this month, I got 33 ounces. So I'm slightly above that. There's 31 days in January. I'm at 33 ounces. But guess what? 28 days in February. So, when I get this amount of silver, and I do it, and again, I'm not going to include any of my slab coins except for this one free slab coin that I got from my father or something of that nature. I basically, that is how I am going to, proceed this year. And that is where I'm at. So this is my stack for January of 2015. Sorry about that, guys. And here, I'll just give you a wider view of it. And this is everything that I attained. That is my 33 ounces. And thank you guys for checking in. And always a pleasure. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any questions, always ask. Thanks, guys.